Tonight I'm going to be cooking lemon chicken on top of egg noodles with a side salad. So one of the first things you want to do is wash the chicken tenders and then lightly pat them dry. And you can just do it under some running faucet water. Grab a piece, rinse it off. Pat it dry and put it in a bowl to reserve. And we'll do this for the packages of chicken that we purchased. After you've finished rinsing and patting dry the chicken, what we're going to do is dredge it in a flour, salt, and pepper mix, get them nicely coated, pat them off a little for any excess, and drop them into the pot of hot oil for a little fry. This gives it a little bit of texture, and we let them brown. So I cook 5 pieces at a time in the pot, about 3 minutes each side, gets them cooked and browned, and then we add them back later. After we let the chicken cook, we move it over to a cooling rack. I've got some paper towel underneath just to catch the oil dripping. I've got 2 pots set up on the range. The one on the left is full of water for boiling the noodles. The one on the right is full of about 1/4 inch of olive oil that we're going to use to brown the chicken tenders. And eventually we'll add in the wine, the broth, and the lemon juice to make a sort of gravy that we're then going to slowly simmer the chicken in for an hour. Okay, the oil is starting to shimmer, so we're going to go ahead and wet hand, dry hand. So drop in a couple of pieces of chicken. Dry hand. Shake off excess. And drop into the hot oil. And you get about 4 to 5 pieces into this. Remove them and dredge another 5, and then add 5, and repeat until all the chicken is cooked. Okay, now that the chicken is browned for about 3 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. We're going to let that go for another 3 minutes and then pull it out to cool. You're going to notice that some of the flour accumulates at the bottom, so go ahead and use a whisk to break it up and stop it from completely scorching on the bottom of the pan. So as you're going to see, we got some nice color on the chicken. And we're going to go ahead and let that cool while we continue cooking the rest of the chicken. Okay, now that the last of the chicken is brown, go ahead and remove it. Take a whisk. Make sure any of the bits stuck. Next part is adding the wine. Now this is going to generate a lot of steam. Give it a little bit more stir. Get all the bits up off the bottom of the pan. Next we add our lemon juice. Give that a nice stir. And last but not least, chicken stock. Give that a little bit of a mix as well. We're going to give that about 5-10 minutes to heat up, and we're going to add back in the chicken and then put it down on simmer and let that go for an hour. Okay, now that it's heated up, we'll go ahead, add back in the chicken. And we're going to add it all back, mix it up so that way it's nicely covered. We're not going to cover the pot. We're going to let it stand open so that way it can evaporate a little. And on a really low setting, we're going to let it go at about an hour. And the end result is going to be a really nice gravy, a lemon pepper gravy. So I'll get this all mixed in. And the chicken is going to come out really tender, juicy, and flavorful. Okay, now that the water is boiling nicely, we're going to go ahead and add the noodles and cook them for about 9 minutes. And here we have our lemon chicken on egg noodle with a nice side salad and a glass of the Beringer Chardonnay.